All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to war number 11 of this season. This one was against BRJP. They're also a Masters Alliance. Pretty good, actually. It was a really close war all the way through the end. But this war, I was on path 6 and then path 2, the encroaching stun, and then I was going to take a couple of those mini bosses, so I tried to speed up the first part of this because I had 11 fights and I didn't want this to be like a 25-minute video. So the first fight is Thing. Um, I had taken this fight before. It was either in like the first or second war, and it was really simple. But then this war, I was really hungry. Um, I was waiting for like hours and hours for Panda Man Pete to clear me so I could move. And yeah, you're gonna see this fight is pretty horrific. Even gets smacked. The double evade that she gets, unless you're really proficient with Quake, which obviously I'm not, is gonna really mess you up. It's probably the hardest thing about playing her for, at least it was for me for a long time, was how do you deal with when she gets the 2 concussions on him and then he auto evades, or she auto evades every single hit. So I'm only at 50%, so I was pretty worried that I was going to completely just screw the pooch right on the first fight, but I did end up pulling through. At this point, I was like, okay, well, just survive one more charge, and we're good. I was trying to get parries, just was late, I guess, but no big deal. This was supposed to be the last fight for her, the only fight I was going to use her for, so at this point I was like, okay, I survived, thank God, we're good. Let's move on to the actual fun fights, which will involve Mr. Corvus. So this war, I actually put 3 out of 3 in recoil, because every fight except for 2 were going to be Corvus, and the Red Hulk fights that I had planned were going to be only SP3s, so because I am, of course, an idiot, I throw on a Cosmic Boost. And as usual, that will be a complete waste of loyalty, so pretty dumb. I threw on a special 3 boost, and then I was going to use my last power start because of that Modok. Not for this Vision fight. This Vision fight, because they were running Siphon, is irrelevant, but the Modok fight I was pretty worried about. So first combo actually takes off like 20%, so even without charges, like he's still pretty good, especially with the boosts and everything. So get a nice little intercept, 2 hits, special 2, dead. So pretty easy. And then the next fight is Modok. There was one of the wars against Kenobi where I cleaned up against a Modok who was at like, I don't know, 30% or 40%, rank 3 Modok, and nearly died trying to clean up the fight because of Siphon. So you can see this fight is pretty annoying. I am gonna screw up pretty badly at one point. Get a nice little intercept. He actually cannot auto block an intercept, so if you land an intercept, that hit will always land, which is pretty cool. I blocked that special 1 mainly to build power. He threw a random heavy, don't know why. And then right here, I throw a medium, and I guess I just didn't block, and I take a ton of damage, but then I kill him. So huge waste of potions, really unfortunate, really bad mistake. So throw on 3 pots here, just in this guillotine fight alone. I wanted to use this to take this fight while my SP1 boost was still active, but nobody was able to move me over here, so I didn't have it. But again, there's no flow, so a fight like this is a pretty silly placement. You're just giving a free charge. Even if you had a Corvus with 0 charges going in, I mean, all you're doing in this fight is just giving a free charge, so pretty cool for me. I don't know why I didn't throw that special 1, that was pretty dumb. But yeah, she's dead. Really easy, just a nice free charge. If I already didn't have it from Vision. So 2 more potions into Quake. So at this point, I want to kind of point this out. Actually, I'll do it in a minute. So I am going to boost. I thought I fast forwarded this, but I guess I didn't. Sorry. Oh no, I did fast forward this. Okay. I do throw on a Cosmic Boost because I'm going to be taking 7 fights right here on this set of boosts. So I am just going to use all my boosts. Mainly when I boost big, like the health and attack, it's because I have to use Quake. and I'm terrible with Quake and very scared. This combat regen boost also, that's because the third fight is going to be a Quake fight. This fight is nothing. There's encroaching stun, but encroaching stun doesn't come into play because the fight just will never last long enough for the timer to matter. You can see the timer's like only halfway and he's basically dead. No specials, just walk through him easy. Then the next fight is an Emma. That fight is even easier. Probably could have sped up this fight. There's Tater saying beautiful. I assume that's to me, but who knows. So this fight is pretty simple. There's nothing on this node. The empowered immunity again is not going to come into play because the fight just can't last long enough for it to matter. So 2 hits, 20%, a couple more hits, 50%. You'll notice I sometimes vary my combos with Corvus. Sometimes I'll do 2 hits, 3, 4, 5. It's mainly because of power management, is I want them to not have a bar of power. So that's why I did like 2 hits and then 4 hits. So then this next fight, this is a 565 man thing on Buffet. The plan was to use Red Hulk for this fight. That was what me and Taters came up with. Red Hulk is a great matchup. I was going to take off Dexterity to not trigger the Buffet and use Red Hulk for Man Thing. However, one of my battle group mates, Henach, he had taken this fight with an Omega Red earlier in the season. Same idea, remove Dex, and then you're safe from the Buffet. However, whenever you block or he throws specials, I don't know, he puts those postulates on you. And those postulates are buffs that expire and also trigger Buffet. So he saved my ass because I would have used Red Hulk. I think he might have been able to do it because this is only a 565 with his special 3 that hits super, super hard. But it's possible I would have timed out. So I did bring in Quake. Now the AI in this fight at the beginning was super weird. You could see he's doing like 1 hit and then like a delayed hit, and it was just really throwing me off. I was super confused. And then he smacks me a few times. You also can't Dex because if you Dex, you'll trigger Buffet, of course, and then that'll also be him nullifying a buff, and then you can get poisoned, and it's all bad. So this is a pure parry style fight. You can see I actually don't Dex a single time in this fight. So once I get past the initial like 30 seconds of weird AI, the rest of the fight is pretty straightforward. He's a pretty easy champ to Quake in general when he is kind of playing normally. So at this point I was like, okay, whew, survived a Quake fight. Just make sure I don't Dex. And this last Aftershock is going to kill him. So I was pretty happy about that. That was a fight I was a little worried about. The only other fight I'm worried about is the last fight, which is a rank 3 Killmonger. And this next fight is a Doc Ock, and you'll see I do make a mistake in this fight. I didn't realize that my combat regen was still on. And I actually could have healed up more in this fight with the combat regen and the power start 1, but I didn't realize it. And again, they're not running flow, so this is also kind of silly placement. You can see the mediums are doing like 15,000. I am going to mess up and take blocked hits right here. So I do lose like 15% of my health. And you can see I still had the regen boost and the SP1 lock, which I didn't realize and just wasted a potion. So pretty bad there, but you know, everyone makes mistakes. It's part of the game. So next fight is this Emma. So this is where I am going to use Red Hulk. I do throw on an invuln just in case she gets an SP3, but I actually would not have used an invuln for this specific fight. The reason why I used an invuln was because my last fight is going to be a rank 3 Killmonger. And his SP2, if you get caught, you die. So I was going to try to bait SP3s. I didn't actually want any SP3s in this fight because I didn't want to waste time with the animations. Because I need this combat or this invuln boost to last through this fight and the next 2. So again, there's no flow here. So this is pretty silly placement again. She really can't do anything on this node without flow. So I think she did have a little bit of MD, but I'm just gonna bait SB1s. You can see we're not even 30 seconds. She's already half dead. So pretty straightforward. My plan was to kill her with an SB3, but I'm gonna end up actually not doing that because she's so close to dying, and I didn't want to waste time being in that animation. Whenever he crits, the damage is pretty massive. So pretty good fight. Really simple. Nothing really to this fight. The next fight, however, is quite the shit show, if I do say so myself. So this is a rank 5 Dormammu. I was not worried a shred about this fight going in. I fought Dormammus with Corvus even with flow, and it was not an issue. So without flow, I thought I would just blast right through him with ease. But that did not happen. I got whooped in this fight pretty bad. His AI was playing kind of funky. He wouldn't throw heavies, which of course is the plan. You can see there he throws 4 hits and backs off, which is really strange. There he finally throws a heavy. And I get a little combo off. But you can see I'm already down to 76%, which is pretty nuts. His SP1 is unblockable. I was hoping he would throw it. He never threw it. There I screwed up and dashed back when I should not have. That also power drained me, which sucked. Again, he throws a heavy, which is bizarre. I'm also degenning here, and there's Siphon. I do have my invuln boost. I believe I still had one left. So I just take a bunch of blocked hits, and then finally throw an SP3, and thank God this fight was over. Horrific fight. One of my worst of the season, maybe my worst. That didn't involve Quake, obviously. So massive potion waste. I've already used 5 of the big potions, so that's what 400 units already. This is going to cost me another bunch of units, so I had 20 seconds left on the invuln. About 4 potions, so use them. Pretty rough right there. Very expensive. Shouldn't have done that because I'm wasting time and I could have risked my invuln running out. Pretty sure I didn't even check if my invuln ran out. Yeah, I didn't. That was actually pretty irresponsible and horrific because my plan was to push him to his SP3. So he throws a random heavy. Only going to do 2 hits, minimize the power. Here I do 5-hit combo because I'd rather just have him throw an SP3. I'm gonna have my invuln boost, thank God. Although I don't think 1 SP3 would have killed me anyway. Although, who knows? And it also gives you a ton of power even if you have the invuln boost. So here, I threw the SP2 and I was shocked it didn't kill him, like completely shocked. And it took a second special too, so I should have just done like a full combo before the SP2, which was, yeah. So a lot of mistakes this war, a lot of mistakes that cost me a lot of potions, but still deathless, 11 fights, so pretty good. We did end up winning, so let me do the math on the potions. So I used 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 720 units. That's the most I've spent on a single war this season. I had been hoping to kind of keep this number under 6,000. That was kind of the goal, keep it under 6K. So I'm pretty happy about that. Only the first 2 wars and this one were like particularly expensive, but in terms of the stats, I am 83-0, 100% solo rate, 101 true difficulty rating, which is pretty good. My power rating is 116, and I did spend 720 units on this war. I also got a gold card for this war that I forgot to put into my spreadsheet, and I will get yelled at for that later. Apologies, but yeah, I did get a gold card. I had over a 15 power rating. So at the end of the season, when I do my recap video, I'll show you all 5 of the cards that I've gotten, or all 6 of the cards so far. So pretty cool, good war, a lot of mistakes, but what can you do? So thank you for watching. Our last war is against NY. We still have a smidge of an outside chance to get 3rd, but very, very, very unlikely. It would take a lot of luck and yeah, probably not going to happen. So we'll probably finish, 4th or 5th or whatever. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video.